Hello everybody, welcome back. I am about to plan and I thought, well, you know what, since I already have it decorated, I'm gonna go ahead and plan. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Go ahead and plan with my friends and talk. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about actually productivity. I want to talk a little bit more about that than actual planning, because it has been like a subject with different people. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's springtime or something that has everybody thinking about planning and about what to do as far as productivity when it comes to writing time, when it comes to getting the most out of every day while not driving ourselves crazy, right? So that's very important. Okay, so I actually have been working out of my Erin Condren planner. And I already filled up this week. So this is my Erin Condren right now, and I've already filled out this week. But what I wanted to do was kind of work in this week while I'm talking about what I'm doing so that you guys can kind of get an idea of what my weeks look like and how I planned. And I wanted to give you a few little tips before I do that, though, of items that I use that have worked for me lately as far as getting my word count done. And let's see what else. As far as getting my word count done, as far as getting my certain things done that I have to do every day. So let's start with number one. So we put this up for a minute. So number one is, my first hint is to always have a favorite pen that you use for different things. So let me see. It's funny because it really makes a big difference to have them at a reach wherever you need them on. And I like to plan, a lot of people like to color code and such. So I do have Le Pens, and I have Staedtler pens, and then I also have these fine point Sharpies. They're awesome because they write on any surface, but they're very, very fine point. So I have those in a few colors. And I really recommend these if you like to write in different colors and you want something that can write on almost anything. So I have those. I have these are from Happy Scrappy, and it is a company. I think she's out of, she's got an Etsy store, and she is out of Singapore, I believe. And so she has these pens that are super micro fine, and I love these pens because the way the point in them is just amazingly fine. I don't even think, I don't know if I can get a focus, but tiny. I don't know what the number is. It says 0.38, so that kind of gives you an idea, maybe, I don't know. And one of my favorite pens, of course, is the Sharpie clicky one that is ultra fine. That's another good idea of what to use as far as pens. And then I bought this set from Amazon, and it's just look up Korean pens, and they also write in different colors, and they are very fine as well. Okay, so anyway, that's enough about that. I don't want to make this video last too long, and I'm going to leave, actually today I'm going to be using the Sharpies, I think, for this purpose of list making and all that. Okay, first of all, let's talk about word count. Something that I discovered, and it's not my idea, I have to give credit to Carrie Ann Ryan, and I think she uses this system, and there's another person that I know that uses this system, so let me tell you how this system works. And it is pretty much the time word count system. So what I do is at the beginning of the week, usually, I will write down, let's say if on Monday, or this Monday was March the 10th. It probably isn't, but I'm just saying. So I write down March the 10th, 310, and I write down the word count of my manuscript. So let's say my manuscript right now is 5,100 words. So I write that down. Okay, so I start and I sprint, and I keep writing, I keep typing, and then I get to a point where I need to stop or at break time. Sometimes I type for 20 minutes, sometimes I type for 30. It all depends on what I'm typing and how fast I'm going. So I stop. At that point, I look at my word count, how far I have gone, and let's say it's 6120. So I'm happy with that because then I've written 1,000 words and I know that I have 1,000 more to go since my usual word count for the day is 1,000. So I might go another, if my word count, let's say I type again and I keep going and my word count comes to 6520, and I am just rounding it up to make it easy, then I know that I need to sit down and do 500 more words to get to 2,000. So yay, I take my break for 5 minutes, and I take usually I take 10-minute breaks in between sprints, and I go for 5 minutes I go on my elliptical, and then 5 minutes I might go outside with Lola, or 5 minutes I might just walk around in a circle and scratch my butt because I can't remember half of where I'm going. So could be on my way to find my cell phone and I end up in the refrigerator. I don't know. Anyway, so my 10-minute breaks are up. I come back and I do another, let's say I did another 600 words. So I know that that is my final count. So then I did a total of, I subtract this number from this number. So I come up with 2,020. So then I come over here, and that is my word count for the day. So the next day, it'll be the 11th of March. I start out with 7120 and go from there. So this system has really been working for me, and as a matter of fact, when I sprint with my friend the other day, I ended up with over 3,500 words, almost 4,000 words. And some days, especially those days that I have to do 4,000 and 5,000 words, this breaks it up and it makes it so much easier. So yeah, so in the list way of word count, I really recommend it. So that's one of my hints today, is how to get your word count done for the day. Okay, so now let's go into productivity. As you guys know, I showed you, I don't know if I did or not, I did a video on my Martha Stewart ARC notebook that I bought at Staples. And this is where I make and keep my list. So let me show you guys what I mean by my list. So what I do as far as list making is I have a list of the things that I have to do, and every week I start with a fresh piece of paper and a fresh list. It's just easier for me that way. I'll have a list and I'll cross out what gets done, and then what doesn't get done gets moved to the next list. And then I cross out once again what gets done, and what doesn't get done gets moved to the next list, along with whatever new things that have to get done. And usually this works as far as keeping my productivity and my list of things to do in front of my face. Now, I make lists for everything, but I do want to tell you that this form of list making, as far as productivity, has really worked for me, because in the morning when I sit down at my desk, the first thing I do is look at this list, and it looks nice and clean. I do this once a week, by the way. I don't know if I made that clear. So this one is the one that I just made for next week, but this week right now, let's see, is this the one? I'm working off of this list. This is my current list right now. So but I just made a new list so I can kind of show you how I do it. So I'm crossing them out. Eventually I will cross them out this way, and then once I start a new list, I will move it to the front, and that is the list that we'll be working with. So that's my second hint on productivity. Now, some of you don't use planners and some don't. Another thing that I used to use when I worked in an office, and it is a daily tasking sheet. You can look them up online. This one is at, can you see that? Scattered Squirrel. I'll try to put a link down below. But what this is an hourly task list that I downloaded off of the internet, and I used to use this when I worked in an office. And what I used to do is just do my daily schedule on this side, and then over here it says over here is another, like what things that you have to get done, home stuff. I think it was office, home, family, personal. Then down here it's just a to-do list, and then over here is notes, and here is just it starts from 8 o'clock in the morning to 9:30 at night, and pretty much this is how my days go. So I just kind of filled it up with how I do my days today, even though I do not use this hourly because I think it would kind of stress me out, and some people would rather plan this way. So this is how I do most of my day. Is I'm trying to get it right, you guys can see it. Let's see. So in the morning I have my tea and toast or oatmeal. I eat the same thing every day. I'm an OCD creature of habit, and I update my Facebook status, check email, then I write, and then I take a 10-minute lunch break and run a couple errands. And you know, this is pretty much how I'm planning my day for tomorrow. So you can kind of see how I plan hour by hour. If I were to plan hourly, yeah, I don't do that. Some people, like I said, would really work for them, and I will link this down below in case you would like to print these out and use it every day. Because this really works for some people as far as their productivity goes. I can't do that. I will show you in my planner when I work on it in a minute how I plan my week. I have to plan a week at a time. Okay, and also if you go to the, this is probably a little bit more my style, but I used to use this when I worked in the office as well, and it is the top, you know, has the top 3, which I still use top 3, and things I must complete. I really should. What does it say here? If I have time, I do not forget, calls, emails, text, errands to run, and worries for another week. Then this is the weekly planning sheet, and this one is from the scatteredsquirrel.com as well. So they have some really cool tasking sheets that, you know, I used to use this one at my office. I used it for years and years and years. I downloaded the hourly one, but I never used it. I tried it, but it was not my style, but my other coworkers swore by it. So everybody's different. Okay, so let's go to my planning for the week and my little bit of hints that I have as far as planning. Now, as you guys know, I use a paper planner, and if you use a what do you call those? If you use a computer or a web planner or whatever, then you yeah, this one's blank because this is not the one I'm using. I switched over to the Erin Condren. But if you guys use a calendar in your on your computer, then you can kind of still do the same thing. So this will work for you. So I'm going to start with Monday, and kind of, I'm sorry, I'm going to be a little bit sideways here, but I will turn it towards the camera so that you guys can see. Let me zoom in a little. There we go. All right. So let me give you an explanation of how this week I'm planning for the March the 21st through the 27th, I believe. Yes, through the 27th. And this is a happy planner that's already been decorated. I'm going to start blogging. My blog has been kind of empty lately, so I'm putting that on my top 3. So my first one for Monday is blog. I have to do, I'm starting to do a cowboy on Mondays instead of a Scott because I'm starting to put out more Westerns. Then I'm going to write my 2,000 words. And I have a call with my friend Jordan that happens every Monday. And I update my street team. So those are the top things that I put up in the morning to do. Now this list, I normally am doing it, it's the end of the week prior, so I'm doing it for next week so that in the morning when I get up, I will look at this. And then if anything comes up, let's say during the day before, then if it doesn't have any room here, I'll put it up down here, or I will put it in the middle. So here I put usually a half box and put in my big reminders of big things that are going on. And then down here is where I put my what I'm making for dinner. If I'm gonna cook or clean, if I have anything going on in the evening, that goes down here. On the sidebar here is I list two things, and one of them is my stats. I call it stats, but I guess you could say book sales and how many books I'm selling, that kind of thing. I do it Monday through Sunday. And then I do my word count. How many words I write every day. And that I do Monday through Saturday. Sundays, if I have feel like writing, I do, but usually I take a day off from writing on Sundays. Okay, so Tuesday I do my if it's at 2, I write my 2,000 words. I visit 2. I'm gonna turn it this way because I think you can see better what I'm writing. Yeah, there we go. 2 Facebook groups, and then I update a teaser. I visit with Author Co-op. It's a group that I do on Facebook, so that's pretty much my Facebook group day. And then I this Tuesday is the day that I am going to go to the post office, so I'm going to put that here. I'm going to a big convention in April, and I have to get everything mailed out, so I'm going to be going to the post office at least twice next week. Wednesday is the day that, I almost forgot, I have to write the episode for my weekly series. If I don't have it done already, I have to make sure that it's done on Tuesday. Okay, and then so Tuesday morning I do my hunk day. Hashtag Hildy's Hunks. Wah, wah. Hunk day. Write 2K. And then Wednesdays I also upload my Morag episode. And pretty much that's it. I do have to add something here. I have to put my tax stuff together. I have not done it. I am running so far behind on that. Okay. Then Thursday I am not going to be working. I'm going to be out because a friend of mine's having surgery, so I am going to Fayetteville. So I am just going to leave this day blank because I'm not going to be doing any kind of work. I'll be gone all day. We'll leave early in the morning and probably won't get back till late at night. Aren't these decorations so super cute? I have to I will try to put the shop down below. I don't remember right off the top of my head where this came from, but if you guys want to get it, it's so cute with the little cupcakes and the little cats. I just think it's adorable. Okay, back to this. On Friday, back to the old grindstone. Friday I write 2K. I visit groups just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I have to promote my book that's coming out the following week. If you like paranormal, my book Possession is the last one for right now on the Protector series, and it comes out on the 29th. And then the first book in that same series is going to be on sale. Okay. Then Saturday, because I'm not writing on Thursday, I have to make sure to get my word count done for the week, and my word count is usually 10,000 words a week. So because of that, I'm making sure. Usually Saturdays are a lazy, slower day. If I'm already to 10,000 words, I don't worry too much about it. But this Saturday I am, because of this day that I won't be working. So that, and then I have to make sure that hubby and I have Easter outfits. And I'm not in the mood to buy anything new, so I might just iron one of his nice shirts and coordinate something with mine. I don't know. I'm not in the go buy clothes mode right now. All right, so that's that. So that is how I plan my week. And then I also do something like, I have a Facebook event here this evening, so I'm going to put it up here. 7 p.m. Whenever somebody asks me to do a Facebook party or something like that, I write it on a sticky note, and then I go to that week and stick it there. That way when I get there, I will remember. So that's about that. That's work related up here. Now let's go to the bottom part. In the bottom, I usually put what I am cooking. And so down here, I usually put the different meals and what we're going to have on that specific day. And the reason I meal prep, I like to meal prep, I like to go to the grocery store, that kind of stuff. So everything is very structured so that I know what to do. Monday is laundry day. And I just misspelled that. I is a writer. Tuesday is the grocery store. And I can get whatever is needed. Usually I have whatever I need for Monday. I know that this coming Monday we're going to have fried rice. And then we're having linguine alfredo. On Wednesdays is a cleaning day. I clean, the main areas of the house, the living room, dining room, hallway entry and all that. So that's on Wednesdays. And Wednesday we are having, let's see, what do I have over here? Mississippi pot roast. The good thing about Mississippi pot roast is you make a lot and eat it 2 days in a row. Thursday is leftovers, and that's good because I'm not going to be in town, so my husband and my stepdaughter can have leftovers. And then Friday, I think I had planned on Chinese takeout. Haven't had that in a while, and I'm kind of having a craving. And then Saturday and Sunday I don't plan cooking because my husband cooks. So I know that we're having probably having a big meal for Easter, inviting some friends over. Okay, so that's it for this week as far as my planning goes. So I hope that this gave you a little bit of a hint and a little bit of an insight into how I plan my week. And maybe you'll get some inspiration and ideas everybody does different things. Not everything works for everybody. So you have to figure out your system and what works for you. And whatever works for you, best for you, is the system that you should use. I was talking to a friend today, and we were talking in a group today, and it was like, one person said that she writes till her family goes to bed, and then she writes well into the night and doesn't stop until she's, either too exhausted or the story kind of stalls. Another friend said that she writes 20 pages, stops, edits the 20 pages, goes through the rewrites, then goes on to the next 20 pages. I thought that was so interesting. And then we have another lady that does I think she said she does 1,000 words in the morning. She gets up and she does 1,000 words. Then she goes to work, gets ready, goes to work, and then when she gets back from work and has dinner and all that, she writes another 1,000 words, or sometimes 2,000 words, and she gets quite a. I was just shocked at the number of words that some of these ladies were getting based on the different systems that they use. And I thought, everybody's different, and everybody, once you find something that works for you, like the list system that I use really works for me. But for some people, they'd be like, well, that's not motivating enough. Other people need to sprint with, call a friend and say, hey, let's type up, let's get together at a specific time, and let's type and write for 45 minutes straight, and then give each other a word count. And that is really works for a lot of people. That is across the board one of the universal things that seems to work for a lot of people. So find out what works for you, do it, and let's get motivated to become a little bit more productive as 2016 continues. Bye. Have a good one.